Ulfstead Castle was busier than ever, with the construction of the new railway museum being nearly complete. One crisp morning, Spencer arrived with the Duke and Duchess on board. "Hello, Ulfstead!" he boomed. "Where is everyone?" "I'm not sure, Spencer," said the Duke. Spencer looked over on the upper track to see an engine he'd never seen before. The engine was Hugo. "Hello there," he called. "Who on Sodor are you?" "My name is Hugo," he replied. "I'm here to give rail tours around the island." "I see," said Spencer, unamused. "What is your name?" Hugo asked. "I am Spencer, the grandest engine on the island of Sodor. I pull the Duke and Duchess." "Ah, that is very interesting," said Hugo. "I hope to see you again, Spencer, but I must get going." Hugo's propeller roared into life, and he left. "What a show-off," remarked Spencer. Just then, Stephen pulled up alongside him. "Well, Spencer," Stephen laughed, "Hugo is the engine of the future." "Utter nonsense. I'm irreplaceable, old-timer." "That's what engines back in my day said when we were brand new. Just because you're not the newest thing doesn't mean you're not still useful. Look at me." "Yes, pulling tour rides around the castle. You'd never see me doing such slow-paced work." "Suit yourself," said Stephen, chuckling as Spencer departed. The next morning, the Duke and Duchess were once again spending the day with the Earl, so Spencer dropped them off at the castle. Then, Spencer heard Hugo's horn. "Oh dear, not again," said Spencer. "Hello there, Spencer," said Hugo. Yes, hello, Hugo." Spencer was thinking of a way to prove himself better than Hugo when the idea came to him. "I say, Hugo, how do you fancy a race?" "That sounds like great fun, Spencer," said Hugo. "It's settled then. How about a race to Knapford?" "Sure, I don't have any jobs until later this afternoon." "Right then. On your marks, get set, go!" And with a flash, the two of them were off. It wasn't long before the two reached the main line, and they were still very close. Unfortunately, the two would run into trouble. Harvey, Jerome, and a team of workmen were working on fixing some of the track that had been buckled by the heat. "Oh my! Spencer, do you see that?" "Oh, yes, I do. We better stop." "I cannot stop that quickly. I am going too fast." Hugo went over the damaged track and came off the rails. Spencer bumped into Jerome. "Ouch!" Hugo said. "Is everyone all right?" "Everyone except you, it appears. Are you all right, Hugo?" "I think so," Hugo replied. "Well then, I guess we better start getting you back on the rails, Hugo." "I'm on it," said Jerome. "Can someone please get this sign off of me?" complained Spencer. After that had been done, Spencer left indignantly. "That Spencer is nothing but a nuisance. Best to stay away from him." Hugo said nothing. A few days later, after being repaired, Hugo arrived at Wellsworth on his way up to the castle. "Ah, hello, Hugo. Good to see you back in action." "Oh, yes. Thank you, Edward." "You look glum. What's the matter, Hugo?" "Oh, I just feel bad about my accident." Don't worry about that, Hugo. It was a simple mistake." "Yes, but someone could have gotten hurt." "Just be thankful that didn't happen." "We all make mistakes, Hugo, but you shouldn't dwell on them." "That is good advice, Edward. Thank you." "Of course. If you ever need to talk, I'll be here." "Okay then. Thank you again, Edward," Hugo said. Not long after, Hugo arrived back at the castle. He didn't have any more tours to take for a couple of hours. "Back so soon?" Spencer asked. "When did you get here?" Hugo replied. "I just got here. The Duke and Duchess are having dinner." "Oh, yes, I see. Since we're both stuck here for a while, do you fancy another race?" "Why not?" Hugo replied. "This time I will be able to beat him," he thought. "Right then, we'll race to Knapford. Go!" And Spencer shot off without a warning. "That is not fair," Hugo shouted, and he tried to catch up. It didn't take him long to do so. Spencer was so busy focused on winning the race he hadn't noticed they'd been switched onto the branch line, but Hugo had. The two engines raced up the hill at full speed, but Hugo overtook Spencer. Unfortunately, the branch line tracks weren't suited for an engine of Spencer's size, and eventually he went toppling off the rails and down the hill. When the dust cleared, Spencer laid on his side at the bottom of the hill. "Ouch," he managed to say. Hugo wasn't very far ahead and heard the crash. He quickly reversed to the scene and saw Spencer's coach. "Oh dear, Spencer, are you all right?" called Hugo. "I think so," Spencer replied. "Please go get help." "Of course. I'll be back soon," Hugo said. When he returned, he brought back Paxton and Rocky. "My goodness, Spencer, what did you get yourself into?" "No matter," replied Rocky. "We'll get you back on the rails soon." "Thank you," muttered Spencer. After a while, Spencer was put back on the rails, but he was feeling sorry for himself. "There you are, Spencer," said Paxton. "We need to get you back to the steamworks." "Right. Can it wait a minute, Paxton?" "Oh, of course." "Hugo, I want to apologize for the way I treated you. I shouldn't have acted so foolish." "Do not worry about it, Spencer. I forgive you." "Really? That quickly?" "Of course. There is no reason to hold a grudge." "Wow, Hugo, I really appreciate that. Friends?" "Yes, Spencer. Friends." Spencer departed that day with a valuable lesson learned and a new friend.